Done reading? Even if you're not done, we're going to continue our class with me reading the article for you. Okay. Now everybody close your laptops. Sean, close your laptop. Good. Okay. Who can read the title? Gio. Yes.
The parable of the supermarket self-checkout.
Yes, the parable of supermarket self-checkout. What is parable? It's actually on our vocabulary list. Sean, your binder is behind you. What is parable? Yes?
A simple story used to illustrate a moral or spiritual lesson.
Yes. So it's a story. It's a what? Story. So it's a story about a supermarket self-checkout. What is self-checkout? What do you think it is?
So checking out
By oneself. Right. So have you ever experienced that? Have you ever bought by yourself? Yeah, self-checkout? Where? Daiso. Okay. What about Emart? Yes? You've seen that? How imperfect technologies spread. So are they perfect technology or imperfect technology? Is self-checkout perfect or imperfect? Imperfect. What does it mean by imperfect? Not perfect. Yes. That's a very easy word. So we're going to read. Imagine an invention that is worse than what it does than humans. Can you imagine that? Think about a car that runs slower than humans. Think about a computer that thinks dumber than humans. Think about a calculator that calculates slower than humans. Do you think that's a good invention or not? But it all started from there. Cars were actually slower than humans. Calculators were actually slower than humans. Computers were not very smart back before, like years ago. So imagine an invention that was worse at what it does than humans, threatens jobs, and increases the potential for crime. You might think it would go nowhere fast. In fact, the supermarket self-checkout machine is a parable of a technology adoption, how something can spread despite imperfections, and also one of management, how real-world trade-offs affect rates of change. What is trade-off? It's also in your binder. 5, 4. Yes.
desirable but incompatible features of compromise.
Yes. So it's a compromise. So it's a balance between two things. We do it not because we like it, but because there is. Okay? Start with its spread. What is its spread? What are we talking about?
The self-checkout.
The self-checkout technology, right? So we're going to talk about how it's spread. Hold on, let me just turn off my phone. So let's talk about how it spread. Before self-checkout came to self-service, the Piggly Wiggly grocery chain, which opened in Memphis, Tennessee in 1960. How many years ago is that? 119, right? 19, is it? 109 years ago? Yeah, 109 years ago. Was the first in America to allow customers to pick items from the shelves for themselves rather than asking a clerk to fetch them. So before 1916, supermarkets, we go there, we ask for, oh, can I have an onion? Then the clerk give you onion. Oh, I also need a carrot. Then the clerk give you the onion, the carrot. But what about now? We just go to the market, we pick it up, and we buy them, right? It took a while for American shoppers to be able to scan and pay for goods themselves. Kroger, another retailer. What is a retailer? It's not on your paper. It's a shop. Yes, it's a shop for selling not a lot of things, but smaller amount of things. So we can buy cups one by one at a retailer. Okay? Where was I? Oh, yes. Kroger, another retailer, introduced self-checkout machines in 1986. How many years ago is that? About 50 years ago, right? 40 years ago? Yes. About 40 years ago, people made a machine for self-checkout. It was not until this century that they became widespread. What is this century? 2000s, right? All new technologies must get over the problem of forcing people to change their behavior. In Britain, initial encounters, what does it mean by initial? Initial means first, okay? First encounters with self-scan machines involved a disembodied voice shouting unexpected item in the baggage area at you, no matter what you did. What do you think that means? What is disembodied? It's on your paper. Disembodied. Sean, I think it's a good idea to keep it open. Separated from? Yeah, continue. Yes. So not existing without the body. So it's separating voice without body. So it's machine voice, right? Machine voice is shouting at you, what? Unexpected item in your baggage area. Unexpected item in your baggage area. So is it an error or not an error? It's an error. So no matter what you did, it will shout at you, unexpected item in the baggage area. Okay? Even now, they bring their own very specific irritation. What is irritation, Sean? What is irritation? What? Don't know? You know this. We did this before. Yes. It irritates. What does it mean by irritate? Nope. It disturbs you. It's very itchy. It's very disturbing. Okay? That's an irritation. So even now, they bring specific machines or very special machines with very special and specific irritations. Okay? Age verification checks. What is age verification? You're checking our age, right? To buy alcohol, even though you remember using faxes. What does it mean by faxes? So faxes are technology that was used before emails. We can send paper, we scan the paper, we send the papers, whatever is on the paper by using phone line. It's an old technology. So if you can remember using faxes, are you old or are you young? Do you remember using faxes? No. I remember using faxes. He remembers using faxes. Are we young or are we old? Thank you for saying that I'm old.
Good start, Gio.
So you're old using faxes, but age verification, a 10-step process to confirm that the yellow waxy citrus fruit, what is yellow waxy citrus fruit? Lemon. Put in your basket is a lemon. So I put lemon in my basket, but there are 10 steps to say that I am buying a lemon. Do you get it? So is it easy to use or is it hard to use? So the age verification, to verify it's a lemon, it's very hard to use, okay? A cashier at the assisted lane can handle these thorny problems. What is thorny? What's a thorn? Thorn is the things that are on...
These types of plants that they prick you.
Yeah. So they prick you, they pick you, they poke you, right? So these thorny problems without having to think. So can cashiers just take care of these easily or hardly? Easily. Skilled ones can also scan items much faster than customers. Of course. Do you think you're faster than the clerk? Or Clark is faster than you?
I'm faster than
You're faster than Clark Geo? Why then? Then why? Are self-service machines a fixture in most retailers? So fixture means they're always there. It's permanent. So why do you think these self-service machines that are hard to use and give a lot of irritation are still in the retailers? Why? The big reason is economic. What is economic? You know this in Korean? No, not in Korean. What is economic in English? Relating to? Relating to flow of money, right? It's relating to flow of money. The ratio of staff to customer is much lower for self-checkout machines than it is assistant lanes. What does that mean? The ratio of staff to customer. Do you know what ratio is? I think you learned this in your math class. Did you? No, not yet? You did? So the ratio, in Korean, ratio is 비율, okay? So the ratio to staff to customer is much lower. Doesn't mean it has more staff or more customer. More customer and less staff for self-checkout machines than it is on assisted lanes. The lure means to appeal, okay? To the lure of cost savings in a highly competitive industry gave supermarket a strong incentive to stick with them. So they don't have to pay extra for people. They don't have to pay extra money for clerks. And that gave them an incentive to stick with them, even as customers gripped at doing something new. Do the people like it? No, even if the customers don't like it with something new, it's beneficial for money. So that's why they do it. Persisting with them meant that shoppers became more used to self-checkout and gave a technology a chance to improve. So did the self-checkout technology improve or not? It did improve. It did improve. It's better than 1986, right? It will, however, be a long time before assisted lanes disappear entirely. Do you think assistant lanes with clerks scanning the codes is going to disappear? No. When queues build up stores, need to speed up transactions, human cashiers are better. And customers' preference vary greatly. What does it mean by, and the customer's preference vary greatly? There's some people who prefer cashier. There's some people who prefer what? Self-checkout. Older folk still tend to like cashiers. Younger ones are less keen. So older people like cashiers more. Younger people don't really care, right? Chatty types. What is chatty types? People like Mr. Joseph who likes to chat a lot. Yeah, I'm a very heavy talker. Can you see that? Yeah, I'm talking a lot, even in this class. Chatty types might want a natter. Natter is also a chatter. Introverts, what is introvert? Opposite of chatty people. So they're very introverted. They're very shy around new people. Okay? So introverts would prefer an acid bath. What's an acid? You know this in Korean, right? What is it in Korean? Korean? Yes, acid in Korean is han, so it melts things. What's a bath? It's a bath, right? So introverts don't like chatty people. So they would rather prefer an acid bath. That's the metaphor. So they don't like it. Do you get it? Livino Peruzzi of NCR Voyix, an American company which develops self-checkout technology. So this company makes checkout technology. Says that users fall into several categories. Tech-enabled shoppers will seek out the whizziest checkout. For example, necessity shoppers will pick the option that enables them to get in and out of the store as quickly as possible. Most supermarkets must cater to them all. So there are people who like to shop, there are people who just go in and out as quickly as possible. And shoppers vary. That's why stores need to match all their desires. Do you get it? Self-checkout machines are themselves designed to negotiate several trade-offs. Employers want lower cost, but they also need to provide a decent customer experience to control shrink. Shrink is the name that retailers give to lost stock when shoppers inadvertently or maliciously fail to pay for things. So what is shrink? Shrink, it means it's going smaller. But here, shrink means something is not paid. For example, Sean goes to shop and puts everything in his basket, but forget to pay something. That's a shrink. Okay? Or, for example, Sean goes to a shop. He steals something. Then it also a shrink for the shop. Okay? The shop is shrinking in its stock. Do you get it? These goals do not line up neatly. Employing fewer cashiers cuts cost, for example, but also opens the door to more shrink. Right. So, lots of self-checkout machines have weight-sensitive surfaces. Have you seen it? So you put on things, it has weight. So everything should be the same weight so that we know that nothing is missing, right? Where you have to place each scanned item before proceeding to the next one. Some retailers install exit gates that only open for people who have paid. Measures like these, what is measure? Measure in Korean is 측정하다, but right now we're not talking about measuring the line, measuring the size. We're talking about, what's another word for measure? We're talking about not sizes, we're talking about means, we're talking about methods, okay? So we're talking about methods like these. Dieter, what does it mean by Dieter? I think it's on your paper. Dieter. The second to the bottom. Does the one have Dieter? Oh, okay. So it's preventing people to do something, okay? So methods like these, like the weight-sensitive ones, the door only opens when you pay, these methods, like these, Dieter, they prevent shopper or shoplifters. What's a shoplifting?
Like stealing from a shop.
Yes, stealing, but at the cost of slowing down customers. So what are we doing? Slowing down customers. So do the customers want fast paying? Yes. We want to pay fast and we want to go home early. But it slows down. These same trade-offs explain why checkout nirvana is so difficult to achieve. Do you know what nirvana is? Nirvana is actually a Buddhist term. In Korean, nirvana is called 열반. What it means is to be away from pain, to be free from pain. So that's why checkout machines is having a hard time, it's difficult to achieve of freedom from pain. Do you get it? In theory, Amazon Go, a sensor-packed store where customers can just walk out without going anywhere near the checkout. So there is a new thing called Amazon Go. So when you go to Amazon Go, you just go there, you scan your credit card outside the door, and then you just get in there. Or your credit card is registered in the Amazon account. And you just go in there, pick items you want, and then walk out. And they're going to charge your credit card. It's very easy. But it's full of scanners and is full of cameras and everything. Okay? Yeah, it's how AI tracks everything. So this thing offers a perfect customer experience and a way to reduce shrink to nothing. In practice, so that's in theory. In practice, what's the difference between in theory and in practice? In theory, that's how we think, right? But in practice, it means in real life. In real life, industry observers say that it is extremely expensive to track every item in the shop digitally, and the customers are still required to learn strange new behavior. RFID tags, it's a new technology tag, okay? So RFID tags do work beautifully for high margin products like clothes, but the sums don't add up in the cutthroat world of cheap groceries. Real world constraints. What does it mean by constraints? Restriction. Okay? The real world pain, real world restriction mean that technologies often take small steps rather than great leaps. Self-checkout technology is no different. In the office of NCR Voyix in Atlanta, Mr. Perucci's team is working on machines with overhead cameras which use AI to identify items without the need for scanning, just like Amazon Go. These machines can still get confused if items are piled on top of each other because some items are hidden below. But they fit into existing customer behavior. They should also be better at identifying the bloody lemon. Do you get it? So this is a well-written article because it talks about lemon in the very first part, and it also ends with a lemon. It's also a very well-written article because it explains one by one with the trouble that we are having. Self-checkouts. Do you get it? All right. Now we're going to start recording.